Thank you. Thank you for doing this with me.
Mm.
I just want us to have my show. I have a show called Regular Guy UG. It's about regular conversations, and I thought that we could have this regular conversation about disability,
Okay.
so that people out there can understand from your personal angle about disability and what they can do about it.
Okay.
So, can we start?
It's okay. It's okay. It's a good opportunity for me
Okay.
to talk about it as well. Mm.
All right. For the benefit of the people watching and listening, could you introduce yourself?
Thank you so much, Mark. My name is Catherine Nakanyiga. I'm a Spina Bifida champion. I'm an advocate for people living with different disabilities. Yeah.
When you say Spina Bifida, what does that mean?
Well, Spina Bifida is a condition a child is born with. This is a condition that is a medical language, is spina bifida, but in simpler language, a child is born with something small on the back. It depends on where it is, as long as it's on the back and it is on the spine. So the spine splits into two and it protrudes outside. Some of them, it looks like a yolk of an egg. Some of them, it looks like a nipple. Some of them, it looks like hairy things. So those are the different types. So that is the type of spina bifida, and it's supposed to be closed in not less than 48 hours after birth. So briefly, that is spina bifida.
Is there a cure for it?
No cure, but it can be managed.
So, what are signs and symptoms that someone can see in order, like, can it be prevented?
Well, yes, spina bifida can be prevented, but signs and symptoms of spina bifida, we can't know because the child gets it in the first 28 days of conception. So during conception, those first 28 days, the spine creates itself. So during that process of creating the spine, if the mother doesn't have enough supplements in the body, most especially the folic acid, and the folic acid increases blood in the body. So blood helps us to form that spine very well. So if the mother doesn't have enough blood or is anemic, it leads to the child to get spina bifida. That spine can create itself by breaking into parts, into bits. So those ones who are listening in or who are viewing us, they can go on Google and see in pictures. So it can break itself. So in that 28 days of conception. So if it has created itself in that way, the child is going to grow like that till 9 months, till birth. So that's how it comes in. So some signs and symptoms, they can see it in the scan. Some pregnant mothers have gone in scan to check, and they've been given information that your child has something on the back. Some signs and symptoms, of course, you see the child at birth, the child has something on the back. I want to differentiate between scoliosis and spina bifida. Scoliosis in a local language is a bango. In a local language, something that protrudes in the back. But spina bifida, it only protrudes on the spine. It can either be even on the neck, but as long as it's on the spine, it is not so much big, but something small, like egg yolk, like something like, I can't explain it until we see some of the pictures, but that's how it looks like. So I want to differentiate between scoliosis and spina bifida.
Can
Yeah.
somebody?
On birth, you have to look at the child on the back to see whether there is something like a yolk, whether there is a dimple, whether there are some hairy thing on the back, on the spine from down to up. So that's when we get to know, although the child might be having spina bifida.
So when that child is born, and because you said that you cannot tell when a child has when the child you're going to give birth to has spina bifida. So when that child is born, what kind of life is that child going to live? Are they going to be considered disabled?
Well, we don't have the word disabled in disability world. We have people living with disability. Yes, 100% that child or that person is considered to be having a disability. And that disability falls under the category of invisible. Since usually it's on the back and someone usually dresses up, some of them they don't get any other disabilities. Some of them they get other disabilities like on hands, like paralysis of the lower limbs, that like the legs. Some of them use wheelchairs, but those ones who walk normally and they don't have any other physical disability, we categorize it as invisible disability.
You mentioned that there is no disability in the world of disabled. I mean, there is no disabled in the world of disability. For the benefit of somebody watching in, could you explain from your point of view what disability is?
Well, disability, it means that you can be, okay, in a simpler language, failure to do something because of a dysfunctionality on your body or because you can't do it. So anyone has a disability. We put on glasses. So I can't read without my glasses. So I need these glasses to read. I'm short. I can't get something from up unless I step on a table or I get someone to help me. So in a simpler language. So why us living with different disabilities? Because we use crutches, we need support. That's why they categorize it as disabled, but not disabled. A person who is disabled is having a problem from the brain to the toe and is helpless. But it is supposed to be stated a person living with a disability or a person with disability.
Okay. In that way, how does one look after or care in a way that does not, in a way that doesn't discriminate a person living with disability? How can me, somebody who is living, who is not considered disabled, live with somebody that right now you've corrected us that is living with disability?
Well, this is a tricky one. However, it starts from the family. Because most of the people learn from the family. For example, me, I was born from an extended family, and the attitude and the behaviors they show near me or when they're with me in front of other people outside, it's the way they treat us. However, if you find someone with a disability, or in your family, if you have a person with disability, don't take this person as someone who can't do anything or someone who needs help. First and foremost, you have to seek for support. You have to ask to request this person. If you really want to push this person in the wheelchair, ask me, "Hi, Catherine, would you love me to help you on pushing yourself?" Just ask this person for support, because when you just do without asking this person, it's like you disabling this person. Yet this person is able to do it in a way he or she can, but it's you who is just rendering help without requesting this person that you need to support this person. And another thing, empower this person that they can do it in one way or the other. Yeah, at home, children, they are supposed to be involved in housework. If their fellows are washing utensils, it's okay, involve them. They can even be seated there, they are learning. So, but most of the communities, we've realized most of the families, they put these children in the bedrooms. They close them behind the bedrooms. So they don't involve them even in socializing. If they have parties at home, for them they are closed in a certain bedroom or room. So they don't want other people to see. Yet this person is also important like any other person.
How have you coped with disability?
I beg your pardon?
How have you coped with living with disability? I beg your pardon on that.
Well, first and foremost, accepting that yes, I have a disability. You know, the different types, most of the different types of disabilities cannot be cured, but can be managed through physiotherapy, through rehabilitation. So, however much you go to different countries, you go to what you will never heal. Like now, I'm an amputee. I have one leg. So that means that there is no miracle that will happen for my leg to come back, but rather I need rehabilitation. I just need physiotherapy. So when they give me that artificial limb, I need rehabilitation for me to learn to use it and to cope with life. So first and foremost, I had to first accept that yes, I have a disability. So other things have been just following up. But acceptance, you can't regret as to why you're like that.
Okay, this is a little bit out of the blue, but I would like to know, what is your proudest accomplishment so far?
Wow. At least I feel I've touched, I can't even count the number, very many people who were stuck with life, parents who didn't know that their children can go to school, have really changed the community. Yeah, at least I feel I've achieved that. And that's why even I went back for further studies to know how to manage mostly children living with different disabilities to be proud and to move when their heads are up as well.
Okay, is this, would you consider helping people living with disability your favorite thing about your career?
Oh, yeah. Not only people living with disabilities, but all people who are having challenges. All people who are having challenges and they don't have way out. So when I sit and I talk to you, because my course is listening, sit, listen, then forge way forward of how this person can overcome this problem. So not only people living with disabilities, all sections, all people of different calibers.
Okay.
I'm here to listen and to help them. Yeah.
Okay, there is, until now that you educated us about not saying disabled and rather say people living with a disability. There is that general feel that people living with a disability cannot do anything in terms of hobbies. Do you by any chance have any hobbies?
Oh, yeah. My hobby is swimming. I love swimming, and whenever I go for swimming, I usually do some short videos to share to my fellows and to those ones who don't have disability, that at least you have to get something you feel, you get time, you do it, then your body and your mind relaxes. So my hobby is swimming.
Okay. One last takeaway. One last thing that you feel you can't wait to share for any regular person out there that is watching the video, especially when it comes to disability. What do you have to tell them?
Thank you so much, Mark. My call is first and foremost to accept that people living with disabilities. Don't discriminate these people, because when you discriminate, when you stigmatize this person, just know you're like cutting off their life. When you find this person and say, this one, no, correct. I'll give you an example. I use public means most of the time. So you can stand on the road waiting for the taxi. And when it reaches, it's like, this one is having a disability. She will make us delay. Let us go and get another one. You know, that attitude only will make this person not move around. But just because for me, my esteem and I can talk for myself, I tell them to go and I wait for another one. I don't feel discouraged. So, dear fellows, it's everyone's responsibility to support each other, support people living with different disabilities. And for this one, all childbearing age, all female childbearing age, I'm requesting you and I'm encouraging you to start taking folic acid as early as now. It's called folic acid. It's a supplement. It's not a tablet. Just take it one per day. It contains 400 milligrams. So that really increases blood in your body. By the time you conceive, they are low, 75% of minimizing you getting a child living with Spina Bifida, because we've got to know that the numbers are increasing annually, most especially in Uganda. Can you imagine that in Uganda annually there are 8,000 children born?
What?
So that is a very high number. So if at all we take that folic acid, at least we minimize 70%.
Where can
It
someone
will do
find
us
folic
good.
acid?
We find folic acid in pharmacies. In most of the government hospitals, they can even give them for free, but it's 100 each tab. So you can buy it from the pharmacies. It's called folic acid. It's a small tablet. Some of it is yellowish, some of it is reddish. So it's good to be taking it every day.
Anybody can take it, whether they've done a scan, whether they've been diagnosed with anything, they can just take anybody?
Yes, it doesn't have any harm. It doesn't have any harm. Anybody who is the female, because it's the female who is supposed to have that enough blood on the time of conception and the time of child making.
Okay. So I'm reading from your shirt that you're motivated by coffee. Is that so?
Oh yeah, I love coffee as well. I love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Not motivated by coffee. It is just a coincidence that I'm putting on this one.
Apart from coffee, what else motivates you to work hard?
My mom, because I saw what she went through. She really motivates me. You know, there's a time when I wake up, I don't feel like waking up, going to work. But when I remember what she went through when I'm sick, spending years and years in Mulago, spending years and years in different hospitals, I just wake up and move on. And their lives, I think, about to change when I go to work.
Okay. Are there moments when you have been really low because of this disability?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm a human being. I remember the time when they decided to amputate. Amputate is cutting off the leg. That's when the doctor diagnosed that I have gangrene. Gangrene is a condition which is a sister to cancer. So it makes the cells and muscles. That place, mine were toes. So blood wasn't circulating well and it was stuck. It became black, it became green. So that part was not functioning, and the only solution was cutting off the leg. So I got depressed, and since I was my senior six, I was going to my senior six vacation. I got so depressed. I thought that was the end of the end of life. But after amputation, life went on well, but it took long. You know, depression is really a terrible disease, because I tried to commit suicide 3 times, but I survived. I thank God.
Okay. Thank you so much for doing this with me. You mentioned that you like to swim and you have a couple of videos. Would you be willing to send me a couple of videos just so I can put on along with this video?
It's okay. It's fine with me. I can share, and I encourage those ones. They can also check my YouTube channel to see more videos of my name. The original name is Catherine Nakanyiga. You subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for the time, and thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Thank you too. Thank you too, Mark.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.